Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the Roll Jump Media podcast. I am joined once again by my co-host Andres and my recurring panelists Jose and Luis. For this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Min Min coming to Smash, Marvel's Avengers, The Last of Us 2 sales, the creative director for Assassin's Creed Valhalla taking a leave of absence, among other things. But before we get into that, as usual, we're going to be talking about what we've been playing. So go ahead, guys. You may take over.
All right. I'll get started, I guess. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
The usual Animal Crossing I've been playing. I have been playing less this week, especially um, because I've been focusing on another game, mostly that I'm going to talk about right now. But yeah, Animal Crossing, the usual 10, 15 minutes, checking on my island, um, getting my Nook Miles in.
Yo, how many
But
Nook
other
Miles
than
do you have?
I have like 120,000 maybe around.
I don't know if that's abundance or like average, but I'm gonna take it as it's a lot.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, a Nook Miles ticket costs what, like 2,000 Nook
Two
Miles?
G's.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for the July update uh, to start getting new fish, new bugs, new events, and swimming.
Well, since you brought up that
Uh,
update, do you want to talk about the update right now and just have a discussion about it?
you guys want to? I mean, we can go over like what the update um is gonna bring.
Entails?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I have some details right here about the Animal Crossing summer update they're referring. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Animal Crossing summer update number one, I watched the official video over again to see what they included. The first and most prominent thing is that there's going to be swimming and diving for sea creatures. There's going to be a new NPC that you can get DIY recipes from. They also classified a Gulliver. I don't know if it is Gulliver or somebody that looks like him as a new encounter. So we're gonna have to see what that's about. And they said that Summer
Yeah, in
Update
case you
2
didn't
is going
catch
to
it,
come in August.
hold on. In case you didn't catch it, they were just playing around because like when the camera pans over and it reveals it's Gulliver, then they changed the little, I guess the name tag or the little card or something to like dot 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 question mark. So it is still the same Gulliver that we know, but apparently now he's the captain of whatever ship he keeps getting marooned from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got you, got
Yeah,
you.
he's just like a pirate, no? Kind of. I don't
All right, so that's good to know. And the Summer Update 2 is supposed to be coming in early August. So,
I mean,
yeah,
all right.
that's pretty much it.
I think that's fireworks. Fireworks. In August? I think so. Wait, there's nothing in July? Yes, the swimming. Oh, okay. Did you see the trailer? I saw part of it, but then I didn't watch it. So,
Yeah, I only saw that
yeah.
1 minute, 47 video, like second video. Did they share additional details about what's coming later?
What's that? No, I don't think so. I think it's just that. That's what I saw as well. Just that short video.
Okay, sure. I really didn't expect them to add swimming to the game. That's actually really cool. I can't deny it.
Well, swimming
Yeah.
actually makes a return from New Leaf, the 3DS one,
Oh,
the
wow.
title previous from this one. So when this game first came out, a lot of people were upset that they didn't include swimming and diving, which was already part of the base game in New Leaf.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's not something new, but it's still pretty exciting.
Yeah, I bet the water didn't look as good in New Leaf. Well, it's the 3DS, but it looks nice.
That Switch power.
That Switch power? Heck
Anyways,
yeah. All right, so
but yeah, other than Animal Crossing, um, it's pretty much been The Last of Us Part 2. I actually finished the game, like, what, two nights ago? 2 nights ago, I think.
awesome.
And, and I haven't played anything since. Uh, that game, like,
Okay, you
just
know
a
what?
quick
Hold
one.
on, hold on, hold on.
Yes.
Is anybody else here gonna play The Last of Us Part 2? Ray, are you gonna play it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description.
Okay. So I saw a spoiler literally last night, and
Okay.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset, and
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure this is what Luis wants to talk about. Like,
Oh
'cause
boy.
I could hear the dejected voice. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this.
All
Okay,
right, go ahead.
I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if this is true. This is what I saw from the internet, which I'm gonna take with a grain of salt. Does Joel die?
Yes.
God, literally no incentive for me to play either one, part one or part two anymore.
Yo.
Yeah, that caused a stir, to say the least, in the fan base. See, like, okay, I'll just talk about like what I liked about the game first.
Okay,
I
sure.
like the nothing. I just
Oh, oh
uh,
damn.
I really enjoyed uh playing through it in some parts. Mostly like the gameplay, like the the stealth mechanic. I really enjoyed that about the game. You know, going through the grass or going around buildings just to kill certain enemies and using your bow and arrows and getting headshots. And that's really fun. I really enjoy that.
Okay.
It is an improvement from the original game. uh, and but I mean, basically, how you craft, you know, certain items like bombs or arrows in this case, it's similar to the first game. You collect parts and pieces, and then you go to this table and craft or improve your weapons. It's basically
Hmm.
the same thing. So you play the first game, and you will find playing this one. And where I have my problems, I think it's like I have some problems with the writing, like the story, basically because of its pacing and like certain decisions made in the game. Uh, I think I think like the game was trying to they were being risky, they were going for like the shock value,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. I mean, playing through it, when that part came, um, when I played through that part, the Joel thing,
Hmm.
uh, afterwards, like playing through it, it does make you like upset. It frustrates you because it's like why,
Yeah,
especially the way
reasonably
it's done.
so.
Especially the way it's done. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go into like detail
Yeah,
just in
you could.
case anyone the gameplay or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it just depends on us. Like
mhm. but I
whatever
mean,
you're comfortable with.
they I don't know, just the way they handle that and the way you are forced to play through certain things, I guess. Like again, I think they were trying to go for like the shock value and like the unexpected, which I mean it's valid,
Hmm.
but going through that, it is frustrating. There was a point in the game, especially like the middle, where I just didn't feel like playing it, or yeah, I just wanted to rush through it.
Yeah.
So you mean like the build-up was like, are you talking about like the build-up to that part, like it was kind of trash, or what do you mean?
Basically, because that part happened like in the first what 20 minutes of the game.
Oh, that happened pretty early on in the game. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the game's like 25 hours long, at least. And so it's kind of like okay, I don't know, like the way they try to tell the story. I don't know, they could have made it a bit different, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. That's how they handled it. That's how they went with it. Just the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I
Yeah.
mean, after that, it does become a little frustrating playing through it. Because basically you play as the killer. You play as the person who killed Joe, and so you have to, they want you to know this person, know this character, but you're kind of like, well, I don't want to know. I don't want to know about this person. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
get revenge. They killed Joe. They just killed Joe. The main character from the first game, someone we grew attached to. And so there was this part of the game in the middle where it's like, I don't want to know about these people. Like, who cares? In my opinion. But I
Yeah.
mean, basically, you have to play through it. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like, on like or the last what fifth of the game, the last 2/5 of the game, like I started enjoying it again, like that story, and and it's an interesting story, But I don't know, like I feel like they did the characters from the first game dirty to this game. And so like
Mm-hmm.
I finished playing it like 2 nights ago, and thinking over it, I've been watching like some reviews, some thoughts about the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I've been reflecting on the game. I feel like I need to play it again, like a second time. Maybe not anytime soon, but just to just to I don't know, go through it again and maybe feel differently and see where people are coming from.
Yeah. I feel like you probably need to cool down a little bit and get those immediate thoughts or like reactions out, and then once you done that, you can probably see it from a different lens easier.
Yeah, and I mean I don't hate the game. I think people who say the game's trash or who broke their disc and whatever, I think they overreacted a little.
Yeah, I'll be damned if
And
I break my own $60 disc. I ain't doing that.
right, I mean,
Yeah.
like you don't have to do that, but like I understand why people were upset.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad game. It's a huge like graphics wise, it's a huge improvement. Like the mechanics again, they improved it. But I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, I guess. Either.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good game,
Yeah. Just one quick
So
question though. Did you see any leaks beforehand, or did you just go in not knowing where the story was gonna go?
I didn't see any leaks,
Oh wow.
but
Okay.
I remember. Well, I remember going through like a comment. I don't know if it was like on Twitter or something, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw the name like Joe, oh Joe or something. But then I quickly like exited it.
Yeah.
But like in my mind, I was like, okay, something's gonna happen to Joe. And I mean,
Yeah.
I already felt like people was probably gonna die.
Yeah, I
But
remember seeing last week all over Twitter, like literally, like for the top three trending things on at least on my timeline
yeah,
was Joel, Ellie, and then The Last of Us Part Two. Like they completely dominated Twitter. So like I was just like, oh no, something big happened. And I shied away from it too. I'm like, no, I don't want to know because eventually I'm gonna get around to playing this, right? And
hmm
then yesterday, like literally right before I went to bed, like I just went on Twitter really quick, and then somebody like literally posted the video on their timeline
Oh.
of the Joel death
oh,
scene, and I'm like, oh heck no, like
did you see it?
I was livid. But yeah, no, I remember like that it was trending a lot on Twitter, so I knew
Yeah.
something was gonna happen.
So like, yeah, I thought I knew something was gonna happen to Joel. Um, And I mean, basically, I knew he was gonna die because like I
Mm-hmm.
thought he had to die, at some point in the game. But I don't know the way they did it or the way he died. It's kind of like, well, damn, you know. But I mean, it makes sense, It, like I say, they went for shock value, but it makes sense in this world, It's not everyone, you know, is gonna survive. What to say? Like
It had,
it,
I feel like it had very like the Walking Dead vibes, because you know how like no one's really safe on that show either, or like Game of
yeah,
Thrones, like you know how like main characters kept getting killed off. I feel
right,
like that's like the norm now, where like you don't want to get too attached to the main characters now, because there's a possibility they're not going to be there no more.
exactly. But it doesn't really work with this game because there's a whole game with these characters, that you grow attached to. But I mean, it makes sense. Like I understand, why it happened, because again, it is this is the world they live in. You can die anytime. There's enemies anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You don't and trust everyone. But yeah, those are my like thoughts. I definitely want to play it again, just to like with another lens, like you say, understand it more.
Yeah. Like I know
But
I
yeah,
so like you texted me a couple days ago and well I texted you first and then you texted me back asking if I seen a full playthrough and then I
hmm
said yes so I wouldn't warp your your impression of the game saying that nah I didn't see a full playthrough but I want to talk about it. If I said that you're like oh he's mad or something. So I just said yeah I just watched it. But
right,
the truth is that I didn't watch one. I just kind of saw the highlights because I didn't feel like watching a full playthrough. Like in the
yeah,
first game, I wanted to watch the full playthrough because after just off the beginning scene, I was invested. But
hmm
it's different with this game. Like it's abrasive, so
right.
you have to be very, very open-minded. And I consider myself to be open-minded, but they pushed it really far, and I just couldn't bring myself to watch a full playthrough. But that's just me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things in this game that, like in my experience, it's the first time I see, and like there's a sex scene in the game, and it's like what the heck, But
Yeah, yeah.
and they deal with like other themes and topics that I've never experienced like in a game. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah, you didn't
like,
play. What was it? Oh man, what was that? My God, I was obsessed with that game like 2 years ago. What the heck?
is, is
I
it a
showed you
PlayStation?
guys gameplay of it. What was it? Oh my God.
Oh man.
My life is
You
strange.
know which one, right? About the two brothers that like
My life
they're
is strange.
yeah, Life is Strange.
Left is
Life
Strange.
is Strange Part Two. Did
My
y'all
life.
forget
Oh,
that it was like a sex scene in that one game in that game too?
oh yeah. I don't think we got to that part, but
Yeah, I think we did.
I think I saw it with you.
oh,
Nice.
Ray,
Yeah,
Ray,
and I always say
pause.
some suspect stuff. Pause on that.
No, I'm just kidding. Um, but I mean, it's not like bad things, to see. It's like, oh no, a sex scene. Oh my gosh, no, get
Yeah.
this out of my game. It's just like I don't know. It's strange coming from like the
Again,
first game.
it's probably just like it's becoming like a new norm. It's probably like the new norm now, because just the way like that games and like even TV shows nowadays are going, like it's going like a little bit more mature than what we were
Right.
used to growing up.
hmm
So who knows? This might be like the new like norm for video games now, because it's happening a lot more often than you think. So
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like I feel like this game was very um like they wanted to go the cinematic route. Like oh, this is a movie, makes you think, and sometimes it came off as like pretentious. The first time I played it, it's kind of like okay, dude, we get it. Um, but
Mm.
I don't know. There's a lot in this game. Um, I was gonna say something else. Oh, like the violence too. A lot of the violence, it's kind of like gratuitous. I feel like
I was gonna ask
But
you how.
again,
Oh, go ahead,
yeah.
finish your thought, then I'll ask you.
Well, I was gonna say, but again, like it makes sense, in this world, people don't care, they're gonna kill you however they want. But and I mean, there's other more violent games out there.
Hmm. I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Now that you've experienced
Uh-huh.
the throat kills, how do they feel?
You get used to him, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
They just happen so
Uh,
frequently, you just get used to it.
yeah.
Dang.
You,
Hey,
well, that usually happens with Ellie when you're playing with Ellie,
okay, okay.
because that's how you kill the enemies. She sticks a knife in their throat and like slits it out.
Yeah,
Then they make this weird noises, gargling noises.
that's
I don't
realism.
know. Yeah.
That's how it would go down.
And then there's the whole like killing the dogs part. Um, you know, I don't know. Like, was that? But again, it all goes back to like, okay, yeah, this is the world. Deal with it.
Yeah,
You're playing through this world. You're gonna have to do things that maybe makes you uncomfortable. So it is what it is. But yeah, I've been playing The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us Part 2.
cool, cool.
Pretty roller coaster of an experience.
Dang, that was a good discussion. I like that. All right, so who wants to share next?
I'll go next.
All right.
I
The time of my life.
I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles. I finished it already.
I'm gonna have to have a
The
discussion
game,
with you, Jose, in private about this
yeah, I know.
game.
I want to ask you who your favorite character is, but anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
it's and I also played the Connected Worlds, the epilogue, I guess.
You're officially a bigger fan than I am, because I have not played that yet.
I pre-ordered Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm just kidding, I haven't, but I want to play the second one as well.
You bought a used copy of X for the Wii U?
No,
Oh, okay, okay, I got you.
I don't think our Wii. Well, I think our Wii works, right? I don't know. Hopefully they port that too, because I just want to get the whole storyline, the whole universe lore. Um, but um, but yeah, I finished that. I didn't 100% it. There's some things that I didn't reach or complete, and that's
Hmm.
just because it's like I don't know, it's a lot. Well, it's not a
So,
lot, but you have to dedicate more time to the game. Um,
hmm.
and I kind of wanted to move on to. I felt like I was burning myself out with that game already, um, and I didn't want that to happen. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm done. I enjoyed it. I don't want to ruin my view on this game by forcing myself to keep playing through it just to
Yeah,
100% it.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a really good game. I really like it a lot. The characters are really my boy Ricky. But anyways, and, um, and so yeah, I finished that, and then I finally got to start playing the Pokemon DLC. Um, I haven't gotten far in that yet, but yeah, I started playing that I think 2 days ago as well. So that's been fun. It's been weird though, because like the controls in Xenoblade, obviously they're different in Pokemon. So I find myself like pressing a button that to show me the map, for example, when Pokemon Sword doesn't show a map like that.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just been weird because I've been so used to the Xenoblade Chronicles control, but yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun. And then of course Animal Crossing. Selling turnips. Um, I'm slowly starting to get into terraforming our island finally. Um, so
Making
yeah,
the big
hopefully,
moves.
yes, want to make some improvements and create a good island for once. But yeah, that's been me.
Nice. For me, same two games, Apex and Final Fantasy 14. I've been making pretty good progress in 14. I'm getting close to the last DLC, so that I'm caught up for whenever they release the next one. I'm like in that
Mm.
interim between the DLCs. They have like missions that flesh out what happens in between, I guess. So I'm doing that. Apex is just it's just fun to pop in, do some matches, and then pop back out. I can't play Apex too much because then I get mad.
You
Cause
rage.
yeah, it can be pretty rage inducing. So I gotta limit myself on that one. So yeah, nothing too special to point out this time around.
What about you, Andres?
I have nothing. So, I
No.
mean, I was playing Animal Crossing like literally 10 minutes ago. And I did the bug off. I got a couple of stuff, but I mean, other than that,
Nice.
I haven't really done anything. We got the bug one. All that is just a little. Well, I'm not gonna tell you if you want it,
Okay.
but there's a bug one.
Nice.
All right. So that's gonna do it for what we've been playing. Let's go ahead and move on to the news of this past week. First thing on the itinerary, Universal Studios Japan postpones the opening of Super Mario World. This comes from Liam Doolin from Nintendo Life. According to the details in his article, the park is not supposed to be opening this summer due to the pandemic. And according to Nikkei, it's I don't know how to pronounce that. The plan is to hold off the opening until fall or until 2021. So, do any of you guys have thoughts about this postponement? Did you expect it to happen?
I'm glad that I didn't go to Japan. I was supposed to be in Japan like right now.
Yeah,
So if I had gone and Super Mario World wasn't open, then yes, I would have been very very disappointed. But I mean, I'm just disappointed overall that I'm not in Japan.
Right.
yeah,
And well, I think it's the safe. They're taking their precautions. Safety, health reasons, and, and most likely because of um, tourism, I guess. Because I don't know how Japan is doing with like the whole COVID thing, but the U.S., I don't know. And, and I mean, they did suspend the Olympic Games, so
yeah. The big two
it makes
things everybody wanted to go to during this summer postponed. So yeah, it was
yeah.
expected, at least from my perspective. You
Yeah,
guys
because
seen?
I mean, I heard
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Japan had really like I guess they had reopened theme parks, but there was a rule where you couldn't yell during the rides.
Really?
That's what I mean. I read an article on there. I don't know if it's true, but I mean that would have been kind of pointless. Um, so I mean, I guess it's better to just postpone than to provide a half-ass like experience.
Yeah,
But I mean, hopefully it's just I don't know. Hopefully this passes by soon. But we'll see.
exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story. So, CD Projekt Red announced during their first Night City Wire episode that Studio Trigger, the studio behind anime such as Kill la Kill and Promare, the studio also consists of members that worked on anime like Neon Genesis Evangelion, is making a Cyberpunk 2077 anime for Netflix. The details I'm going to get from Nick Stat from The Verge. The anime is going to be called Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and this is a little bit about what the anime is going to be about. So, Cyberpunk Edge Runners tells a standalone 10-episode story about a street kid trying to survive in a technology and body modification obsessed city of the future. Having everything to lose, he chooses to stay alive by becoming an edge runner, a mercenary outlaw also known as a cyberpunk. So yeah, there in addition to the game, we can also expect a anime that's going to be coming out. Um, it's not that far along, I believe, yet, but when it does come out, it should be pretty hype.
Yeah.
Did,
I saw Kill la Kill, so I'm a huge fan of that anime.
yeah,
I really enjoyed it. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It's gonna be interesting to see. Cause I know there's right now there's a I don't know if it's an anime or there's oh wait am I thinking about the right
Well,
no never mind forget it.
okay,
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, see how it's gonna be.
yeah, yeah. Cyberpunk seems like it's hitting on all cylinders with the fans, and even getting new fans like us, like me, that wasn't too much into Cyberpunk, but I hear anime and I kind of want to delve into this world more.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. All right.
I was thinking of Altered Carbon. They made an anime.
What was the name?
Altered Carbon.
Huh. It's a
it's an
cyberpunk type of anime or
Well, it's the anime is based on the show, the Netflix show.
okay.
Okay, so Ray, I thought we had talked about this before with you, but I guess not. So the twins and I we went to a friend's house once, and she showed us that show, which was actually based on a book. So from a book they made the show, and then from the show they made an anime, which I guess is also from the book.
Mhm.
But it's basically like this kind of like futuristic society where like they developed a way where like your body can perish, but that doesn't mean you die
Ooh.
because your brain gets like downloaded into what's called a stack, which is like a little disc, I guess. So as long as your stack isn't like damaged or anything like that, like you could essentially just keep on living forever. So
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, it's a pretty cool show. But they made an anime about it. It's been out for a while now. But I mean, honestly, like I didn't hate on the anime,
Mhm.
but I didn't think it was that good. But I mean, it definitely beats season two of the actual show. I thought season two was trash, but that's neither here
Ah,
nor there. That's a conversation for another time.
okay.
I don't think we even watched it. I don't think we even finished season one. Huh?
You guys did it? Well, because
No.
we saw what like the first episode or the first two episodes or something over at Gina's.
Yeah, I think it was just 2 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. No, I got hooked. Like I saw like I went home and like I went and I saw the first season. I probably seen it like already like 3 or 4 times. And then when like season two came out like earlier this year, um, I binged it, but like I'll remember like I was just holding out like okay maybe the next episode will be better, maybe the next episode will be better, and then it's just like nah.
It's not good.
Okay, see, okay, this is gonna be very controversial what I'm about to say, right? And it has absolutely nothing to do with you know what? No, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to start a fire right now. But no, there's a reason why I didn't like it, and it's just no. It's just no, no, just no.
All right. Well, I'll let it slide. You got me all riled up for nothing, but I'll let it slide.
Okay, never mind. Let's move on. We're moving on.
Okay. 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 All right. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is a pretty big one. It's about Smash Bros. Ultimate, that is. On Monday, there was a Smash Direct with Sakurai, where he revealed the new Arms character, and that Arms character ended up being Min Min. So there was a whole big thing about Min Min's abilities and how she's gonna work in the game. Um, I know a couple of us watched it together. What were your quick opinions about how Min Min came off in Smash?
And I mean, I like the character. I think because well, in the game, arms, there was another character people were asking for to tell.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, Ray, you wanted to tell the enemy.
Yes, I did. I really wanted her in the game, but it is Min Min's also a good choice too. I can't hate.
Yeah, honestly, those were my top two choices
Yeah.
to tell. So I'm glad Min got in. And I don't really have like knowledge of the character itself. I only played the demo for the arms game.
Yeah, same.
Like I don't know, the arms was always like a game I wanted to get, but I just never got to getting it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it looks interesting, and I'm sure there's like history behind each character. But from what I saw in the presentation, it's a pretty cool character. I know it was a very popular character
Mhm.
because I had heard that similar to like Splatoon, there was like a big event where people, they were fighting or whatever, and the most used character, and depending on how many wins that character had, was gonna be the champion of the tournament or whatever. And I think it was between Min Min and Yara.
Oh,
Min Min,
interesting.
Min Min won, and so a lot of people, that's why they were speculating that Min Min, she was the winner of that big event in the
Mhm.
so so I saw it coming as well. Like, I was expecting Min Min. I like the design. I like how unique it is as a fighter. It's very different from the rest of the characters in Smash.
Yeah,
It's
I
a good
think
addition.
yeah. I really think Sakurai and his team, they do a really good job for the DLC characters that come
Yeah,
of differentiating them so that they don't feel the same as what we have in the roster already.
right.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Um
I already the pass. I already bought the pass, so I'm just waiting for this Monday, right? This Monday comes out.
yeah, in a couple of days. Yeah, it's pretty hype.
This
To main her.
uh,
Boy.
um this just it's kind of exciting though because it also opens up. I mean, it dispels like the
Spirit curse. No.
like it destroys the spirit theory that was going around where like if it already has a spirit, it can't be a main fighter.
Mhm.
Min Min already had a spirit, yet she's a main fighter, so that means you know Gino could get in. That means like a lot of favorites, Rayman
Yeah.
and um,
Rex from Xenoblade.
Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That means that they have a possibility now as well. So I think it adds a little more excitement as well to
Speculation.
speculation. It opens up a lot more options now as well. So
Well, the whole thing about like Gino being a fighter, like even all the way back in like in Brawl, like I don't know if y'all remember, but like Nintendo had like a poll for like, oh, who do you want? Who like what
yeah,
character do you want to see like in the newest Smash game? And
yeah,
like Gino was like one of the top voted characters. And then like when Brawl came out and he wasn't there, um, like they interviewed Sakurai and then he was just like, well, yes, obviously I want Gino there. Like I think he would fit really well because like he has a like he would have a completely different move set. But like for reasons that he couldn't get him in. So I don't think it has anything to do with like Sakurai wanting. Like it really has all to do with like Square, like
Square Enix.
allowing Gino
mm,
to be in there.
right,
You know. But like I'm pretty sure that if Square were ever to give him the green light, that he would be like on it like right away.
yeah,
So I hope so. Like I hope Square stops being whatever they're being, and then lets us have Gino.
yeah.
As somebody that's ignorant to Super Mario RPG or whatever. It's called Super Mario RPG,
Yeah,
right? The one you're referring
Super
to.
Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. That's the full title.
Okay. What makes Geno unique? Why? What's the? Can you explain real quick what the big hullabaloo is about him?
Okay, so Gino was basically um he was like a new character, right? Introduced in that game, and he starts out it's basically a doll that comes to life because it's being like inhabited or like possessed by a star spirit. Like
Okay.
he's basically like a celestial being. Because the purpose of the game is that they have something that's called the Star Road, right? And then these invaders from a different planet, I guess, they come, and then they come and invade the Mushroom Kingdom, and then they accident like the crossfire is that they end up destroying the Star Road. So the Star Road ends up breaking into seven fragments. Keela, Mario, rule of seven, and you got to gather things in a Mario RPG. So that's basically the whole premise of the game is they're trying to rebuild this Star Road. So during the game, I guess the star spirits up in the Star Haven or whatever they want to call it. They're like, okay, well, you know what? Mario's collecting the star shards, so we need help. He needs help. We're gonna send him some help, and that's how Geno ended up coming to be. Like, it's actually like a star spirit that's inhabiting the Geno doll. And
Mm,
like his fighting style is basically he has an arm cannon, kind of like Samus, I guess. And
what?
yeah, so it's literally like a wooden doll. It's literally a wooden doll, kind of like Pinocchio, I guess. And
Okay.
like that's his weapon is like a gun for an arm, or an arm cannon, I guess. So
It's kind of tight.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure like there's a better way to explain that, but there you go.
Yeah, I just need a little bit of context because people are saying Geno, and I was like, all right, I guess. I can kind of see it now.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next news item, which also involves Nintendo. So reportedly, Nintendo is ramping down mobile game development. This is coming from Ryan Craddock from Nintendo Life, and he references a report from Takashi Mochizuki at Bloomberg. This is resulting from disappointing financial results from mobile games and a huge success of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like they saw the difference in how those two are performing. According to Sensor Tower, Dragalia Lost, Super Mario Run, and Fire Emblem Heroes all saw a negative revenue change from February through May of 2019 to February through May of 2020, so year to year. Animal
Mm.
Crossing Pocket Camp was the only one that saw an increase according to the data, but the revenue from Animal Crossing Pocket Camp was not close to the increase seen in other popular mobile games. So basically, the question I have for you guys is, how do you feel about Nintendo pulling their focus away from mobile and toward console gaming, presumably?
Ha ha ha! Thank the Lord, that's the way it was meant to be.
Right? That's what I was gonna say. It makes sense. I mean, even from like a business standpoint, they saw that it wasn't, generating revenue. So why keep doing it?
Yeah,
Well, because okay, mobile games were starting to be popular, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I feel like Nintendo wanted to jump on it, like
Hmm.
on the bandwagon. The only thing is that like the popularity kind of fell off, because
Right.
there was just so many mobile games already, and then you know a lot of those mobile games that started off popular, like they ended up making the jump to main consoles.
Hmm.
So like I think Nintendo, they just kind of they were like late to the game. And I mean, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, like I feel like the only reason why it's on increase in sales also has to do with New Horizons.
Yeah.
But I mean, like how Ray said, like even then, like it still couldn't match like the sales of other popular mobile games. So I mean, there's literally like no merit in keeping them going, because I mean, like Mario Kart Tour, like Pocket Camp, Fire Emblem Heroes. I mean, yeah, they're like fun little distractions, I guess. Like if you're like away from your home and you don't have your console like ready at the ready. I mean, it's something to spend like a good like 10 minutes on. But honestly, like I couldn't play Pocket Camp for more than like 10 minutes at a time. Like it was really really annoying.
Mhm. I guess
You
because
know.
we here at Nintendo, we're used to, the big games. You're not gonna play a Mario Kart on the phone. You want to play it on, the
Yeah, cause
Switch.
cause Mario Kart Tour like the it was kind of limited to what you
Yeah,
could do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It like yeah, it was Mario Kart, but like in just the name, cause it did not play like any other Mario Kart, you know, in the series.
right.
I don't know. It was just. I mean, they were fun for like a good, 10, 15 minutes maybe, but they got old really fast, especially like with this whole like the whole loot box thing where like, oh, you want this racer? Well, guess what? You got to spend real world money.
Yeah, like
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 that whole thing is just really really annoying.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of also reflects on. Well, I'm gonna bring Dashi into this. So he did Super Mario Tour or Mario Tour gameplays, and when I'm watching his gameplays, I usually for Mario Kart 8, right, the one on console, like I watch the whole video, the races, everything. But for Mario Kart Tour, like I would just skip to when he opened packs. Like the gameplay did not engage me at all. All the entertainment value came from him opening packs and getting disappointed. So I think that kind of speaks to how what the mobile game like market is right now. It's not it doesn't have refined gameplay like we come to expect on a console, which is probably the
Yeah.
main issue.
See, that's funny because like literally that's all I would do too is like I would skip over the races and I would just go to him like spending like $70 trying to get like buying like the bunch, I guess, the multiple price pipe. And like I mean my man literally spent like what was it, like close to $500 just
Yeah, it
trying
was
to
like
get Yoshi.
400 something, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to get Yoshi, and then like once he did, like he stopped playing, like.
Yeah. Yeah. He couldn't even enjoy Yosh after like one race or two. Dang. Well, yeah. So that's the standpoint from Nintendo right now. We'll see how that trickles into their console offerings. Hopefully it increases them and it makes them even better than they have been. All right. So the next story that we have, kind of related to Nintendo, but not really. Um, Pokemon Unite.
Oh goodness.
So at first I wasn't gonna bring it up because I know the controversy surrounding it, but I thought it would be interesting to talk about nonetheless. So I'll share some details that I got from the official Pokemon website about Pokemon Unite. So Pokemon Unite is a strategic 5-on-5 team battle game reminiscent of a MOBA. That I put the reminiscent of a mobile part myself because it reminds me of League of Legends. It's free to start and it's going to be cross-platform for Switch and mobile devices. The little spiel that they give about Pokemon Unite is as follows. In this game, players face off against each other on other in 5-on-5 team battles. During battles, players will cooperate with teammates to catch wild Pokemon, level up and evolve their own Pokemon, and Pokemon defeat opponents' Pokemon while trying to earn more points than the opposing team within the allotted time. So a little bit of details about Pokemon Unite. I don't know if that's gonna have any impact on you guys' thoughts about it, but we can talk about it just briefly if you guys want to.
Um, I'm not interested in the game at all. Uh,
That's fair. That's fair.
um,
It's a
yeah,
departure.
yeah, and I mean, it's a very controversial
There's more to it.
announcement, I guess.
There's
Yeah.
more to it.
I don't know. First of all, like the fandom, the Pokemon fandom, Um, I think it backfired. Like they hyped the announcement up, um, expecting like announcements for other games that they were expecting. Um,
By
like
they, are you talking about the Pokemon Company or the fans or a mix of both?
the fans on
The
social
fans.
media.
Oh, okay.
Um, like Diamond and Pearl remakes, or they.
Or Let's
I
Go
mean,
Johto. That was one of the things that they were
Let's
thinking.
go Dodo. And I mean, you had some people within the fandom saying, "Hey guys, like don't you know lower your expectations. Like you don't want to be disappointed."
Yeah.
Uh, but obviously, even with those warnings, people did raise expectations. And obviously, when the game was announced, I mean, just go look at the announcement, look at the like and dislike um,
ratio.
ratio. The
Yeah.
dislikes are crazy.
Well, see,
It's
hold
a
on. I don't mean to cut you off right there.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
No,
honestly, like I don't understand why people would think they would announce like another major title when
exactly,
they're still working on Sword and Shield, you know? Because they
exactly.
they barely released the Isle of Armor DLC, and then the Crown of Tundra still coming out later this year also. Like, how
Yeah.
could anybody possibly think, oh, we're gonna get Diamond Pearl remake, or Let's Go Johto, or like any of the other ones that they thought, like
Hmm.
like, okay, sure, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon came out like during the Sword Shield
That's some game for
timeline, I guess, or lifespan, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was kind of like already, like it was in between the DLC release and like post main game like release. I'm pretty sure by that time most people already finished the main game. And I
Yeah.
mean, the Mystery Dungeon series, like, yeah, like it's a main title, or it's not a main title Pokemon game, but it's like one of the main spin-off franchises, but they're relatively
Right.
short. They're not
Yeah.
like they're not games where you invest a lot of time into.
Mm.
Yeah. And I mean, it already has like a niche like fan base as well. Um,
Yeah, like it's
so
it's
you
its
know
own
they're gonna
entity
fight.
kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I don't know. Like, I personally don't care about the game. I'm not interested. But I mean, I don't hate, the Pokemon Company for announcing this and, the letdown. Because I mean, I wasn't expecting much really. I mean, I
I
was
don't
hoping
I
for
don't
like
hate them for announcing this letdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded a Colosseum port or remake, but it is what it is. What I am concerned about is um, I saw a lot of people talking about how like because they're partnering up with Tencent, which is like this Chinese like I think it's
Yeah,
like the equivalent to like Amazon or something like that over there. That's what I read.
they're like a
Um,
huge, I don't know if you would call them a publisher or a developer, because I think they also have developers with them, but yeah, they're just
yeah,
like a
I don't,
huge huge
I'm
company
not
that
sure.
goes
Yeah,
over gaming.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, a lot of people are saying that like Tencent, um, like they share user information with like the government. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how things are over there. I don't want to get into details with that because I'm not that informed,
Right.
but I mean, um, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if people are even gonna um,
buy it.
buy it or use it with that knowledge in mind. I do know that mobile games are like really popular over there. In Asia, like the Asian region.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's why they try to they're exploring this new avenue
Mm-hmm.
in the in the franchise. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a risk they're taking. I mean, it's new. It's something new for them. It's just not for me. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you have a point where, like, it probably, if it sees any success, it'll probably be like in the Eastern market. Cause yeah, like how you
Hmm.
said, MOBAs are very very popular, like in Japan and like in like pretty much all the Asian countries.
Yeah,
Not so much
I think
over
China
here.
as
I
well.
mean, we do have a fan base for that, just it's not as strong here in the West. So again, if
Yeah.
if that if Pokemon Unite's gonna see any success, it's mostly gonna be from the east. You know, it's not going to be over here.
Yeah.
I would
But again,
say,
I mean, it's not like I'm wishing I'm not wishing for it to fail or anything. It's just it's not my. It just doesn't appeal to me. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah. I would say that MOBAs here do get success as well. Um, Actually, a lot of success. It rivals, if not surpasses, a lot of other gaming revenue. Like if you take League of Legends for example, even in the West, like they make gangbusters off of that game. So, but that then you're talking about crossover with the Pokemon fan base, and that's gonna be the question mark if the fans and people that saw the trailer are gonna give it a chance. So we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Well, I've said it before in this podcast that I'm willing to give new games a try.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm probably gonna give it a try maybe. Eh, I don't care if the Chinese government gets my permission. I'm willing to try.
Yo, and we
But
got we got 5 Switches, man. We got my Switch. You guys have 2 Switches. Y'all have 2 Switches. That's a team of 5 right there.
it can be an esports team. Make millions. You never know. But I mean,
Dang.
but yeah, I understand. I, I don't know. Like the Pokemon fan base, it's so confusing. I saw like a comment say, oh, the Pokemon fans were like, oh, you need to spend more time on the Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like,
Mhm.
well, they rush the game, it's low quality or whatever. But then they want more games, more like remakes. They want a new generation. It's like, who, like, what do you want? You want more
Yeah.
Pokemon, but like
They
you have
want
to understand,
everything, man. They want everything. They want all
Mhm.
Pokemon all the time. I can feel that at
And
some point, but yeah.
Like I just want them to take their time, you know.
Mhm.
Um, like I don't
espe-
mind waiting.
especially because the mainline Pokemon games are developed by Game Freak. Um, I mean, I wouldn't mind other like spin-off games, uh, like Colosseum type games, or I mean, we have Pokemon Snap coming, by developed by Bandai Namco. Um, but when it comes to like mainline games, I don't know. I feel like people need to understand, that, and like Jose says, for them to take their time. And I don't
Mhm.
know. It's hard to please the Pokemon fan base. I would say.
I see that. All right. So, y'all ready to move on to the next news item?
Yes.
Okay, sure. All right. So the next news item we'll talk about is The Last of Us 2 sales. So the details I'm getting from are from Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer. The Last of Us 2 Part 2 has sold 4 million copies in its opening weekend, making it the fastest selling PS4 exclusive ever. In response to this, the creative director Neil Druckmann had this to say. He says that The Last of Us Part 2 was made possible thanks to the efforts of hundreds of talented and passionate developers here at Naughty Dog. We can imagine no greater honor than seeing that same passion mirrored by the people playing it. Thank you for helping us reach this amazing milestone. Some extra details: The Last of Us Part 2 will not have a story expansion, but multiplayer remains a possibility. As in a reference to how well this game sold, according to Brianna Reeves from PlayStation Lifestyle, Marvel Spider-Man sold 3.3 million in its opening weekend, and God of War sold 3.1 million in its opening weekend. Uh, so yeah, just some very impressive figures from The Last of Us Part 2. Is this shocking to anybody? Did you expect it to do this well?
Honestly, I did. A lot of people are, they were waiting for this game, and,
Hmm.
and even though there's like a minority who's like, oh, screw this game or whatever, I feel like most people want to experience the game, want to know what happens next in the franchise. So, I don't, it's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. That was a what was it, a pent up like 6.5 year wait since the last one?
Yeah,
Around there.
seven 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can see that anticipation just building up and just
People
disregarding all
pre-ordering
the
it.
controversy and just wanting to experience it for yourself, like you said.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and I mean that 6 year wait, my God, how horrible. It's not like you had to wait like 8.5 years for Kingdom Hearts.
And that was disappointing too,
That's
right?
true. That is true.
And
I don't
yes,
think.
yes, it was somewhat disappointing. I mean,
I
okay,
think
I love Kingdom Hearts, but I mean, come on, man. Like, even the spin-offs, okay, mostly the spin-offs, like, added to the general story and lore, right? But I mean, literally, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 had no original story of its own. It was literally just the conclusion of the, like, of all the games prior.
Yeah.
Like, just all, like, it just closed all the loopholes that the other games had left. Like, it had no story of its own. It spent way too much time focusing on the Disney worlds, not enough time on its own story.
right.
I 100% agree on that. The story of Kingdom Hearts itself is what I'm in for. Like the Disney worlds, they're awesome, but I don't want the story from those worlds. I want the Kingdom Hearts story. Yeah, I feel you. All
So
right.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, we got the mobile game coming out though. That's a different discussion.
It came out already, and no, you don't. Even like the prominent like Kingdom Hearts players are saying that it's trash. Just watch the cutscenes online.
Dang,
Damn.
already?
Yep,
Jeez.
already.
I didn't even know, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on before this becomes even more depressing. All right, so the next one, let's go ahead and talk about this one a little bit more brief so we can keep the podcast at a reasonable time. Marvel's Avengers. So Marvel's Avengers, they had a War Table live stream on Wednesday. The developers presented us with gameplay, a trailer or multiple trailers, and a reveal of a major villain in the game, which is going to be MODOK. It was about around like 25, 30 minutes. Do you guys have any thoughts or impressions about Marvel's Avengers if you got to watch a little bit of it?
Yeah, here. Yeah, I got an impression. Next.
Dang. Just that? That
Honestly,
that's period right there? Just cap?
yep.
Dang, okay.
Honestly, for me as well, like I don't know. It's just, I mean, Endgame came out what last year? Last year, right? Like I don't know. I feel like you
Yeah.
missed the what is it? What's the saying? You missed the train on that.
Yeah,
You missed the
the hype.
yeah. Like I don't know. I feel like the peak of Avengers hype is just long gone. You know. Um,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm not in, like the hype for me is done. I don't know. I don't think there even was any hype.
Well, I mean, Avengers is a big,
Property.
franchise thing,
Yeah.
property. It's similar to Spider-Man. You don't get Spider-Man movies all the time, but people get hyped for Spider-Man.
But
And
that's
I mean,
different.
arguably, Spider-Man is bigger than the Avengers. Um, but I mean, I kind of agree though. I only watched the trailer for the game. I think they showed some gameplay, right?
Yeah, they show a pretty good chunk of Thor
Mm-hmm.
in action.
And what the nice guy. I didn't see the gameplay. I was looking at impressions on Twitter, and a lot of people didn't seem as impressed. They were like, okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I think I need to check it out to see if like I'm interested.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, but like I understand why people might not be as excited
Mhm.
for this
Mhm.
game. Uh, The developers for this game, Crystal Dynamics, right?
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. So they were in charge
What have they
of.
worked on?
I don't know if it was Eidos or eh, however you pronounce it, Eidos Montreal or Crystal Dynamics, but they
Mhm.
were in charge of the main property was the Tomb Raider, the reboots and
Oh,
sequels.
the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. So they went from that into this Avengers game.
But yeah.
And yeah, well, for me, I did see it.
Mhm.
I agree with the main or a big criticism that I've seen is that they didn't sell the audience more than what they sold us on a year ago at E3. So
Mhm.
the gameplay, the trailers, um, it wasn't convincing. It didn't portray what makes the game what's gonna make the game stand out amongst everything else. It looks very, I wouldn't say generic, but
Right.
it looks very not cream of the crop. It's just kind of here's our take of Avengers, and it's not as engaging right off the cuff as the Avengers you're used to. And I think that's what's hurting
Right.
it a lot as well. Yeah, it's kind
Right.
of disappointing because I really want a good superhero game with awesome animations, very fluid,
Mhm.
really like a really good art style, but it's not coming together from what I'm seeing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we really haven't had a like a good or like an excellent superhero game, you know? I
Yeah.
think the closest we got to was Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're settling with the minimum, you know? Like, oh, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a better game than the licensed superhero games, you know? But it's
Oh
just
yeah.
that. It's just that. It's just they're gonna be the bare minimum.
hmm
Similar
And
to like
people,
superhero movies, how superhero movies sucked back then, and then like the Iron Man and the Dark Knights came in, and the Avengers came in, and then sort
yeah,
of like
change the game.
the quality of the movies made um went up.
hmm
I think it's similar to the video games, but I feel like this Avengers is not gonna be it, you know.
Yeah. And they
Oh, it's
have
not
until
gonna be that huge.
September 4th. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's not gonna be like the huge leap that people expect. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that from right now. They have until September 4th to prove us wrong, but
right.
yeah, hopefully they do because everybody loves Avengers and you just have to give us a little bit of a reason to wanna to go in.
Hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. All right. So this next one is the last story of the day. Not it's a little, it's not lighthearted, but it was very pervasive throughout the week, so I thought we'd have to bring it up. So, the creative director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla is taking a leave of absence due to marital infidelity, allegedly, allegations. The details I'm getting from Brendan Sinclair from GameIndustry.biz. In addition to the creative director for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, other Ubisoft employees were also accused of having a history of mistreating women. In response, Ubisoft said, "We are deeply concerned by these accusations. We take any allegations of abuse or harassment very seriously, and we are looking very closely into the allegations to determine the next steps, or determine next steps." So I know this is a pretty touchy subject, so unless you guys want to add anything to what I have to say next, I just want to say on behalf of the podcast that appropriate actions must be taken for all allegations, not just within Ubisoft, and that there's absolutely no place for infidelity, sexual misconduct, or the mistreatment of people, women in general.
Agreed. Um,
Yeah. I think I mean, I think I don't know if it was a few days ago, but on social media, I think people were exposing like a lot of Twitch streamers, a lot
Yeah,
of like big popular streamers. Um, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's, I mean, it should have happened a long time ago, but I'm glad that people are being exposed and facing the consequences. Because obviously, I don't think bad people deserve to uh, have a big platform like the way some of these people do, and are getting away with things like this. So I think that's good.
yeah,
I mean, it was expected, and I'm glad people are speaking up. Yeah, I mean, it's like reading some of these allegations. It's like, especially like the people with power, with like for example, the people at Ubisoft, right?
hmm
Some of the things that they would do, or some of the allegations are like pretty crazy.
yeah.
Like
I
it's
haven't
sad.
read into them. Not a lot of them.
It's
Yeah.
it's sad, and it's unfortunate, but so people gotta they have to call him out, take
hmm
action. But yeah, like I think we're used to seeing like the video game industry as this place where we get games, it's like all fun and what, like this community and so on. But it's not as what would you call it, like it's not as chill or as you might expect, the,
Yeah, free from societal problems that
right,
we see
exactly
everywhere
this.
else.
And it's good.
hmm
It's good that people are reporting on this, because I feel like we never hear these things, especially in
Yeah.
the video game.
Yep. Yep. So like I said, touchy subject, but important to bring light to it and praise those that are coming forward, even when the environment's not receptive to it most of the time. All right. So that's gonna do it for the news segment. Are you guys ready to do a little bit of pass or play?
Yeah,
That's right.
All right. So I do have one today. Does anybody else have one? I forget who was next.
I had one. Yeah, because Jose did it last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he duped us with The Last of Us last week.
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So, for any new viewers to our podcast, how Pass or Play works is that we choose a description from the back of a video game, and based off of that description, the remaining panelists have to choose whether they'll pass or play, and if they can, they have to guess what game it is. So today it's going to be myself and Luis. Shall I go first, or shall you go first?
I'll go first.
Okay,
All right. Here you go. Y'all ready?
ready.
Okay, so uh, a ferocious race now extinct has left behind relics of its once powerful warrior culture. Now, blank from across the galaxy race to claim these relics in hopes of harnessing their power for themselves. That's it. That's
Hmm.
it.
Yo, relics. Immediately, I was thinking of Fire Emblem, but I don't think Fire Emblem would have that much of that short of a description.
I was thinking Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Oh, Dragon Quest is a good one.
Okay. You want me to read again?
Yes, please.
Okay. A ferocious race now extinct has left behind relics of once powerful warrior culture. Now, blank from across the galaxy race to claim these relics in hopes of harnessing their power for themselves.
Oh, Galaxy. Galaxy is huge.
Space.
Yeah. Huh.
Um,
Yeah, I think I'm a pass on that one.
All right.
damn it. Warrior.
Warriors imply a lot of action, and I do like action. And technically, this is a retrieval arc for the relics.
I think I'll play. I don't. I have no guess of what it could be. Um,
Across the galaxy.
Pikmin.
Huh. 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 Huh.
Mass Effect.
It sounds some. It sounds like some lighthearted fun with a little bit of dread
Yeah.
sprinkled in. And it sounds actiony. I'm in.
Okay, so we got one pass, one play. You?
Right.
Two play. Okay, so two plays, one pass.
Yeah.
The game is Metroid Prime Hunters.
What?
You dirty. You're
I
dirty
got
for
it.
doing that to me. But that was a good pull. Dang.
Then
Really? Huh.
Andres said pass on a Metroid Prime game. Ooh.
Wait, what was it?
Metroid Prime Hunters.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
They're going for the jugular, man. That's crazy.
I took a little mini nap there, but you're telling me that the game was Metroid Prime Hunters? Read the description for me again. How was that Metroid
A
Prime?
ferocious, a ferocious race, now extinct, has left behind relics of its once powerful warrior culture. And I'm not gonna blank.
Okay, yeah.
Now bounty
Mm.
hunters from across the galaxy race to claim these relics in hopes of harnessing their power for themselves.
Wait, you didn't
Yeah.
say that last part before, did you?
Yeah, he didn't say bounty
Well,
hunters. He took it out.
yeah, I didn't say bounty hunters.
No, not the hunters part, but the.
Harnessing their power for themselves. Yeah, right there.
Ugh. I can't
Nice.
hate on that one.
How
Like
do
Why
you
you
guys
legit.
take
keep
that
why
game?
you keep duping me? What is
Yeah.
this? What is this?
What is this nefarious plot?
I've had it with all of you.
You really thought I was going for
Now you know
another
what? Actually, okay, you know what? This
game?
might be a hot take, but I really wasn't a fan of Metroid Prime Hunters, anyways.
Yeah, Hunters is
Also, you missed out.
it's one of the lesser Metroid games. I didn't actually play a lot of
I
it,
only played
but you know, it was actually pretty impressive what they did on the 3DS on the DS. Like they actually put a actual Metroid Prime game on there.
Yeah.
But still. All right. That was actually pretty clever. Bravo.
I got it.
Bravo. All right. So my description is longer. So go ahead and go ahead and take a listen. All right. An ancient threat returns. One final hope emerges. As Blank, you lead an elite squad on a heroic, action-packed adventure throughout the galaxy. Discover the imminent danger from an ancient threat and battle Blank and his deadly army to save civilization. The fate of all life depends on your actions. Customize your character and embark on an epic adventure in an immersive, open-ended storyline. Interplanetary exploration of an epic proportion. Incredible real-time character interaction.
Star
Thrilling
Fox. Star
tact.
Fox.
I have one more sentence. Thrilling tactical combat as you lead an elite squad of 3.
Star Fox.
You're
Hmm.
wrong.
You think it's Star Fox? Hmm.
And that was pretty
Three.
long, so
Can you repeat that?
Okay. Uh, an ancient threat returns. One final hope emerges. As Blank, you lead an elite squad on a heroic, action-packed adventure throughout the galaxy. Discover the imminent danger from an ancient threat and battle Blank and his deadly army to save civilization. The fate of all life depends on your actions. Customize your character and embark on an epic adventure in an immersive, open-ended storyline. Interplanetary exploration of an epic proportion. Incredible real-time character interaction. Thrilling tactical combat as you lead an elite squad of 3.
Dude, what the hell? Okay, so
The
it's
team of
another.
three is so obviously Star Fox.
You think so? But who would the three be?
Star Fox, Falco, and Slippy?
And then the bunny. What's the bunny's name?
But that's four.
Oh, I don't. What is the bunny's name?
Well, it's
Hop.
the main character plus a party of 3.
Oh, okay, I see.
So when they say leading an elite squad of 3, they're talking about the main character and then 2 squad mates.
Oh, okay.
You think it's Mass Effect? I think it's it could be Mass Effect. I mean, I would play just based off of that description. It
Nah,
sounds fun, but I have no idea what it could be
Starfax.
at all.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. That's still gonna be a no for me, Chief. Anything that has to do with the galaxy is just no.
Okay.
That's why I initially said no to Metroid Prime Hunters, because it said galaxy in the title, and I was just like, no,
Okay.
not having none of that.
Okay. So no from you, yes
Yeah,
from
that's
Jose.
gonna be a pass. That's gonna be a pass for me, Chief.
Okay, pass from
I'll play.
Andres. Play
I'll
from
play.
Luis and play from Jose.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys thought it was Mass Effect, and it was Mass Effect. It is the first Mass Effect game. As far as Galaxy games go, I think that this game is one of the best. It is no cap. So if you were to give a Galaxy game a try, this is the one to try.
Switch port win.
I know, right?
When it comes out on the Switch, when EA wants to make money, they'll do it. All right.
I'm actually
so-
I'm kind of interested in playing that game. Just like what?
Bioshock.
Yeah, I heard about Bioshock.
All right, so that's gonna do it for us on this podcast. We have been Roll Jump Media. If you would like to follow us on any social media or our official website, you can type in Roll Jump Media and we should pop up. Thank you all for watching. And panelists, do you have anything to say for our audience before we wrap up?
Thanks for tuning in. Till next time.
Keep gaming.
All right, later, guys. See you guys next time.